All right, good morning, everyone. We're going to be having a little think about Ezra 9 to 10, which is the final chapters of Ezra. That's what we've been doing this Sunday. But if you missed out on our small group study this week, we looked at 7 to 8, which is where Ezra finally comes into the picture. And there's a wonderful description of the kind of man Ezra is in chapter 7, verse 10. Let me read it out for us. It says this: "For Ezra had set his heart to study the law of the Lord and to do it, and to teach his statutes and rules to Israel." What kind of person is Ezra? Three really important things. He's a man who is deep in God's word. He's someone who's going to do God's word, and he's someone who's going to deliver God's word to other people. And that's the kind of man Ezra is. And as we turn to chapters 9 and 10, what we see is that Ezra has a problem. Because it's not good enough that he's that sort of man. We actually need all of God's people to be like that. And that's the problem with seeing them marry with the nations around them. Because they've just rebuilt this incredible temple, right? This magnificent place where they get to worship God. But worshiping God is not about systems or structures. Worshiping God is about our relationship with Him, our heart with Him. And so it's not good enough to rebuild the temple. We need to reform the community, the people of God. And so as we have to confront the sin of Israel in what they have done in disobeying God, that's the issue, that they were a people who were not yet deep in God's word, doing God's word, and delivering God's word to each other. And that's actually causes much distress to Ezra. And he's really upset about it. And we'll look into that on Sunday. But there's an incredible encouragement from one of his mates. If you turn to chapter 10, and you look at verse 4, one of his mates, Shechaniah, says to him, as he's so upset by this, he says, "Arise, for it is your task, and we are with you. Be strong and do it." Right? What a great encouragement, isn't it? That even when things aren't going well, when we're not the sort of people we are, there's encouragement to arise. It's our task, it's our responsibility, our privilege under God to make a difference in that sense. And so let's find strength in God's word. Let's find strength in each other and do it. So maybe the challenge for us this morning is this: what sort of person are you? Are you someone who is deep in God's word, doing God's word, and delivering it to the people that need to hear it? Part of these videos is trying to challenge our minds on a daily basis, to give us a momentum to actually go and do it, live it. How are you going to live as a Christian today? And of course, it doesn't just stop with us. We want to be sharing with others, encouraging each other, finding strength together under God, and to be doing it. So maybe now you can turn to Ezra 9 to 10, have a read for yourself, pray, and see how you live it out today.